Hey you guys, this is Sasha and welcome back to another Sip and Set. On my channel we talk about so much stuff, but I upload every Tuesday and Sunday, so if you enjoy that, please come back, stick around. I talk about health, wellness, and living as a working mom. So again, if that's something you're interested to, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Yesterday I was not so nice and I did a little bit of a clickbait video, but in the spirit of Christmas, it's not that that is not true. So today I wanted to just talk about what the topic at hand is, and that's baby number 4. So for those of you who are new to my channel, my first child, Shalea, passed away at birth. She was stillborn. And then I have Josiah, who is 3, and Caleb, that is 17 months. And I love them to pieces. My husband and I have been doing a lot of talking lately because I feel like there's so many people that I watch on YouTube and subscribe to on Instagram and just follow on social media and know in real life who are having babies. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel some kind of way about the financial part, but at the same time, we definitely are interested. Like, it's a strong, I would say before was 50-50, but now it's grown to like 60-40, with 60 being towards yes and having another kid. Now a little bit of that has to do with we moved and then got pregnant with Caleb when we weren't trying. And so I am a fan of letting our kids be kids before adding another kid into the mix, because it is all about balance, and how you balance is really important. I like the phase that we're in because Josiah is potty trained and finally out of our bed. And if you followed us for quite some time, it took Josiah years to get out of our bed. He was always in there. And then we had been potty training from April, and he just got fully potty trained in November. And that's a whole separate video that I'm gonna record about knowing when your child is ready to potty train, and things that I know going forward with Caleb that I can identify with, which will hopefully help me as well as help you guys. So just knowing when your child is ready to add into another baby, and I was breastfeeding, was really something that I observed that I kind of wouldn't want to repeat. And so shortly after having Caleb was born July 13th, I got an IUD put in on September 3rd of 2018. So I've actually had it in for over a year. And if you would like a separate video about the IUD experience, what brand I used, how was the experience of being inserted in, and did anything change? A lot of people have a lot of questions over it. I can make a separate video over that. But in regard to this particular video about thinking about TTC, I do look at my health, which has improved with losing almost 100 pounds, as well as the space that my kids are in. So now that Josiah is potty trained, Caleb can walk, his vocabulary is expanding every single day, as well as he is showing signs of potty training. It just makes things a lot better for us to start thinking about another kid, because depending on when I would conceive and get pregnant, and also remove the IUD, that would have to come first, he would be well over the age of 2, if not 2.5, and Josiah would be 4, and expanding in age. So there's a nice little age gap where communication is better, and they're a little bit more self-sufficient in terms of not nursing, not having to be cared for as like completely isolated and focused on them, because they are a little bit older, and hopefully that makes sense. But as they get older, they can do more independent play and things like that, which is always important when you have a newborn, because that newborn can't fend for itself, can't tell you when they're hungry. Like, they have cues, but it's not like they're going to be like, "Mommy, I'm ready to nurse. Mommy, I'm sleepy. Mommy, I've peed or I pooped." So I did find that was challenging when we had Caleb, and Josiah was less than 2 years old. So I'm definitely not a fan of 2 under 2 on purpose, which is why I made the video about it being close in age. I'll link it in the iCards above. But going back to the TTC process, I'll have my annual with my OBG, my gynecologist, same person, at the end of not end of November, end of January, beginning of February. So for me, that'll have to do a lot with when we will TTC and asking him some questions just medically. My period has gotten a lot lighter. I don't know if that's from having the IUD, which I know that could be part of it, but I also believe that that's also because how active I am physically, the running, the weight loss, that I do have a cycle, but my cycle is the lightest it's ever been in my whole entire life, and I started my period when I was 11, so in 20 years this is the lightest it has ever been. I still do have it. I have not missed a cycle, so I'm grateful for that. I do think it would be concerning if I wasn't seeing any kind of spotting or signs of a cycle or signs of ovulation. Like I still have the mucousy text that comes when I would normally be ovulating. I just want a form of birth control, and I just want to be able to ask those questions about when would it be safe and how much time. Like I know how much time it says that I could keep it in. But my doctor's also older. He might want to retire. I would not want to have babies with another doctor. So those are the conversations that I will be having, and I will keep you guys posted. Curtis is also 47. I've mentioned this before. We do keep our age in mind. I'm heading on 32, so whenever we would have kids at this point, Lord willing, I would be 32 and beyond. And I just want to be aware of my age, even though people have babies closer to 50 and all that, but I want to be fair to my husband as well. He is more towards middle age. In our family, particularly on my side maternally, women tend to start experience menopause around the age 38, 39, definitely by 40. Most of the women in our family have had to have hysterectomy, so there's just some medical concerns as far as genetic disposition that I am working very, 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 very hard to eradicate for myself. But I also want to speak with an expert who can tell me more about things that I might just be genetically prone to and look out for, so that we can keep the option of having baby number 4 on the table. I do think about the house and the fact that the kids share a room, and I like the fact that we have a guest room, and what would that mean adding another kid in the mix. My husband and I are already on a split shift, which I've talked about before if you followed me, where I go to work during the day and he keeps the boys, and then at night we switch off, so he's at work and I have the boys. And adding another child into the mix is again something where you have to have good time management, balance, and be in a position where it's not going to strain you and your spouse or your partner in your marriage, because that's not the goal. So we've just been in the talking phase. We haven't been like, oh my God, we definitely are going to start trying now. But we've been looking at things and maybe how it's beneficial. Josiah is definitely heading more towards school age, so it might be better because he'll be at school and it would just be 2 kids at home, and adding another baby in there. We just don't know. But I wanted to make sure I sat down and had the conversation, because I feel like this channel definitely started with me being pregnant, and I've been very open about whether we're trying or announcing and things like that, and I wanted to continue to do that. By the way, I'm just drinking water, but that smug was so cute. I was like, why not? But that's pretty much the biggest thing. I see people and they have such a go with the flow mentality, which is wonderful when they have another baby. And I do sit there sometimes, I'll like poke out my belly because I've lost so much weight. Be like, what would it be like to know that we're having another little one? Of course, I've talked about before that I really would like the opportunity to be able to mother a daughter, because our daughter passed, like to be able to have the experience of raising a girl. But I also love my boys to pieces. Sometimes I think people take that negatively because they're like, so you're saying you don't want a boy? No, but I'm saying that I would love the opportunity to be able to raise a daughter, because again, our first child was a little girl and we were really hoping and had so many experiences and things, and you know, you still always want to see what that would be like. But if it was another little boy, I would be 100% okay with that, because I just feel like no matter what, they're always going to be there for one another and just have each other's back, which is super, super nice. So that's just how I've been feeling about that. But I hope that we'll know. I feel like at the end of 2020, we'll either be pregnant, or we'll know if we want to get pregnant, or we know if we're just done with the 3 babies we've been blessed to have. I'm kind of like, and my husband agreed. We were talking in our vlog that's actually going to be coming out on Christmas Day, when we went up to Chicago to see the lights. So I'm still going to be recording. Still got at least 3 or 4 more Vlogmas videos, because I want to make sure I showed you guys Christmas Day and everything else. By the way, it's Christmas Eve, so happy Christmas Eve. But I did want it to, we did have that discussion, so I thought it was important to mention that, because if you watch the vlog, you'll be like, oh, we were talking about, we were in really good conversation. We were talking about what it would be like to have another baby, and of course, again, we have already purchased a bigger home, and I feel like it's sufficient for us at this time being, and we already have childcare because it's us. So just things like that that we talk about, as well as the financial component, making sure we hit our goals, which are really important. I think all these things are just important anytime you want to make a lifestyle decision in your home, no matter if it's a new job, purchasing a home, a car, whatever the case may be. I think people should have these talks with their partner, spouse, husband, wife, whatever, children, just to make sure that everybody's on board, because if everybody's not on board, it tends to be a lot more stressful and not where people want it to be. But I don't want to ramble. This video has been a little bit long, but I just wanted to kind of sit down and chat with you. I hope you guys are having a great Christmas Eve. But yes, we are interested in having another baby. When, if, we are not 100% sure, but we've been in the process, and that's why the title was titled that, because I am doing my blood work and things like that, just to make sure my health is good. My husband's been doing his annual wellness and going to his doctor to make sure his health is good. So if we decide for another baby, that it will work out. That baby would be the last baby. So if Caleb's not the last baby, that baby would be the last baby. The good Lord hasn't told us to have a basketball team, so I think 4 and done would be great for us in our lifetime, but we never know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just wanted to sit down and chat with you guys. Let me know what you're doing. Maybe you're cooking Christmas dinner because it's Christmas Eve, or you're going to look at lights. We're going to be going to look at lights, and we're going to do a little caroling and whatnot. Of course, I'm recording this while you guys are seeing, I'm recording that video while you guys are seeing this. But I hope you guys stick around, come, share this video, like, subscribe, tell me what you guys are doing. Tell me if you're trying to conceive, or how many kids you have, or if you're done, or if you're a grandma, auntie, whatever the case may be. Just let me know what you're doing down below. And I hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed day, night, whenever you're watching this video. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.